had, I mean, a year ago, we paid for a facility plan that we don't have yet. And included in that plan were several options, two of which, with the benefit of the information that the DEQ has made very clear, two of those were unfundable and non-approvable. And it just so happens that our community has been riven by disagreement, and the community has embraced one of those unfundable and non-approvable options. And, you know, the board has been, in effect, pilloried for our support of what has proven actually to be the only one of those proposals that the DEQ might actually fund. And of course, we went to a bond issue last fall, and many people in the community thought they were voting for a plan when they were actually voting to approve funding. Had we perhaps had the misfortune of passing a bond that would have funded what we've been told these less expensive projects would have cost, we would have gone down the road and discovered we didn't have enough money to build a project that the DEQ would approve.
Yeah.
Now, here we sit today, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot, Steve. I don't hold you personally responsible, but I hold JUB responsible for getting us, frankly, into that situation. And here we sit, we're talking about this a year later, and the proposals that are embedded in sort of the foundation of that facility plan don't pass muster. They're not fundable, they're not approvable.
I understand that. Your viewpoint there. I think the alternatives, are still viable. And you and I will disagree with that.
Well,
But I
it's
think-
fine, we can disagree, but
The overarching, let me just finish my thought. The
Sure.
overarching idea, I think, for the rehab was, is there another way to do this without building a brand new tank? And the rehab is still viable. It just is more difficult to fund. DEQ has indicated they wouldn't fund it if it didn't address everything and if it didn't have a significant lease life. I think, and I was not aware of the shortness of the lease and the fact that the tank and both wells were not actually under the control of Bayview for a longer period of time.
and I don't fault you personally for not
Yeah.
knowing that, but
But we still own some
we
responsibility
received
for
a
that.
proposal from you guys, and among the other things that it points out is the familiarity of JUB with our system. In fact, for the group of us that interviewed, that was a principle, that was the main difference. You guys were supposed to know about our system. That information is included in the appendices of the report.
So I'm completely on your side here. I guess the question is, how do we take that information and use it to move forward? Yeah, I really want, our goal is to get this thing wrapped up. We could argue
Absolutely.
about what should have been done back in the day, but my goal here is, how do we move forward? What's the next step? We need to wrap this thing up.